My name is Jan Lemmens. I work at AmeXio as a solutions consultant, and I am really stoked to share the stage today, or half of the stage, with Sarah van der Velde from Deceuninck, to tell you a bit more about the story we're building at Deceuninck. So please, Sarah, introduce yourself if you want.
Hi, Jan, I'm Sarah. I work for Deceuninck in Belgium. Work as a marketing specialist for Europe, and I wish to thank you for all the people that are still in the room. Thank you for leaving that beer another 15 minutes. We're going to give you the greatest time you ever had and the best advice.
All right, thanks, Sarah. So to get started, could you please provide the audience a bit of a helicopter view of who Deceuninck is and what you're actually, in what kind of business you're operating in?
Yes, we are operating in a B2B business environment, and we're actually making your home look a lot more beautiful. And that is with our solutions in window and door profiles and other related solutions that are fixed with PVC. As you can see, there's an example of a beautiful home, and we do not make the entire window, we only make the profile. And we export this profile to our customers, and our customers in a B2B segment. And these are fabricators or installers who assemble the product at their workplace.
Right. So am I correct if I say that you're really operating in a B2B2C model?
Exactly, exactly. And maybe a fun fact, Jan, because since we're only making the profiles in PVC, we're not constructing the whole window or door compartments. Do you know, because there's a difference between the Dutch explanation of a window and a sliding door and the Dutch in the Netherlands. It's actually totally different. Do you know how to name this?
I have no clue. Please tell us.
Well, our company is based in the beautiful West Flanders areas of Belgium. So I'm telling you first in West Flemish, een raam en een deur. And in Dutch, here in the Netherlands, they call it een raamkozijn en een schuifpui. How amazing is that? I really think we're only like a couple of kilometers from each other, and we have different wordings, and I think it's so beautiful.
So it's a really B2B2C context. What challenges does it bring if you talk about measuring customer behavior or end customer behavior, measuring and optimizing it across your various touch points? Any specific challenges there because of your operating model?
Yes, let's dive a little bit more into business now. Since we're not in a direct relationship with our end consumer, we are really dependent on our dealers, our fabricators, who are in the direct contact with our customers. And we encounter a lot of challenges there. Like, for instance, we have a lack of qualitative insights because we really need to gain qualitative leads for them. This is so important because we are talking about little stores who come to your home, install your window and your doors, and they are not concerned with marketing at all, so it's our task as a headquarter to steer them in that particular way. So to give them the qualitative leads that they are looking for, to make sure that they have showroom traffic. Second of all, I also like to state that with Deceuninck, we are really at the verge of our digital transformation strategy or digital transformation. Yeah, we're just beginning everything. So we are really laying the foundation to build on the future. So at the moment, for us, it's important to make the right decision in terms of priorities and in terms of getting a technology that is really fit to our organization.
Okay. So compare that with your current marketing technology landscape at Deceuninck. Are there any specific, how does the platform actually attribute to the challenges you just mentioned? Are there things missing, or how is your current platform structured then?
Well, actually, at the moment, we really have a fragmented MarTech landscape with Deceuninck. For example, we have different regions because we're operating worldwide. So I'm responsible for only Europe, but we're also operating in Latin America and the Americas, in Turkey, for example. And all those different regions, they have a broad spectrum of different CMS systems, for instance. So this results in shadow IT, in frequent issues, in a high volume of duplicate content, And there is actually a lack of consistency towards the communication that we are sending out to the end consumer, to our target groups.
Yeah, we noticed this at a lot of our clients indeed who are scaling their operations, going more global. We indeed see that you at certain point in time you will hit a certain threshold where you need to jump over, or a cliff to say so, and you see indeed that your technology and the process you have built over the years do not really match anymore with the way you want to scale your platform, or the way you want to scale your operation. So it's definitely something that we see at a lot of our clients. Are there any specific capabilities that you're missing now in your marketing tech stack?
Well, since we are really encountering a bit of problem, since we are gathering already a lot of data, but we do not have the tools to really gain insights. So we do not know how to optimize our digital channels right now. We want to know what happens with our leads. We want to be sure what we are doing and give them the best possible communication or the best possible tools. So we really want to look into A/B testing, for instance, to get more efficiency, but we miss this ability to efficiently run towards experimenting across various touch points, because this requires a combination of a number of disconnected tools. And this is hard to scale down the road. What's more, we also miss a cohesive reporting suite towards our executive level. It's important to get them on board, on track with your projects, because it does not only ask a lot of money and a lot of manpower, and if you want to get them involved, you really need to show them what you are doing and how you are improving your businesses, how you need to give them figures. We're working with a lot of engineers with Deceuninck, the boardroom. There are no marketeers, only my manager and myself. And all the rest, they're all engineers. So they like to see the data, they like to see the figures. So if you're not having a tool installed that is not able to show you where you are heading and what's the progress that you're making, you're really leaping behind, because those are your real stakeholders.
Indeed.
And of course, to elaborate on what's the most important thing for us, since we are working with these different regions, we really need to strive to improve content governance.
Can we dig a bit deeper into that? Because that's something I remember that popped up during our first conversations we had in April of this year. We were talking a lot about, okay, how can we manage content across all these different regions we have in Europe? How will we do governance on that? Is there a technology which can help us give a blueprint to these regions to build upon? How can we take some control in HQ and then delegate? Can you go a bit deeper on that?
Well, to improve our customer engagement across our various touch points, the thing that we need is a multi-country content management strategy. We really need this, and this is important with a strong governance from the headquarters. And this is because we've done already a lot of research on a European level, and we saw that for people that are looking into building a home, and they're at the stage of looking into windows because they're comparing different building styles and they're looking at the windows and the doors that have the best fits. They first start with inspiration. They start with looking at, like, what are the possibilities for my home? What is the best window? How is the insulation factors? Does it look beautiful? What are the colors that you are having? So they want to be inspired with pictures, a lot of pictures. So this is 50% of the users that come to our current websites, which is like chaos. It's chaotic at the moment. And then they want to find a dealer. They want to find somebody who can help them, because we're only delivering the profiles. If somebody else is going to make and build their window, they want to have a quote. They want to have a go and look and feel, open and close the window, go and see a door like you go and visit a dealership for a car. So it's really important that we can govern that on HQ level, and that we can steer all our branches within in Europe, the multiple regions, towards one unified website and one unified goal. Because I think customers, apart from building styles, are not that different across Europe. They want to have the most beautiful home with the money that they have in their pockets.
Of course they do indeed. And was that a specific trigger for Deceuninck to choose Adobe technology then?
Yeah, definitely, because with the technology of Adobe, we can look into providing our marketing managers of the regions with not only templates, components, blueprints, and in that manner, we can really delegate the localization of content to our local teams. This is really a strength of the Adobe Experience Cloud. It's a strong foundation for us to start with. It's offering not only the expertise of the Content Hub through AEM sites, but it also gives strong analytics and the experimentation and personalization offering through Adobe Analytics and Targets, which is also, like I said, to have the reporting really important to us. But first, I like to get back on getting the basics right, because that's really important for us. We're just at the verge of our transformation on a digital scale. So we're really looking into laying the foundation for our digital ecosystem for the next decade here. So we really need this to plan and also to grow our marketing activities worldwide, starting with Europe and then go further, go to the other countries in the rest of the world that we're operating. And next to that, it's also important to know that we have a really small IT organization with Deceuninck, so we really value a lot the services that Adobe has to offer there as a vendor support, the vendor support that Adobe offers, looking into the modern SaaS solution, the solid technology roadmap, numbers of off-the-shelf integrations that are possible, and the multiple growth paths, like for instance, Marketo and campaigns that are ahead of us in the future.
Indeed, we see that Adobe is becoming much more accessible technology also for clients who get started on their digital journey or starting to scale up, because we see the foundation package that is now offered with AEM, and it's linked together with Adobe Analytics and Adobe Target. It's really a solid foundation, as you can see here on the slide, to get started from. So that's exactly what we're doing at Deceuninck. But technology, of course, is not a solution on its own. Can you explain a bit the approach that we're taking now at Deceuninck to build the actual various touch points and to integrate everything?
Yes, with the guidance of AmeXio, you and your team, we're looking currently into an MVP, minimum viable product approach. And this is based on a measure, learn, and optimize cycle. Because we really need to start small and iterate on what we have learned. We need to gather the right data as soon as possible to really prevent the trap of making the wrong assumption of where we are going with not only our B2B customers, but only the end consumer, that we really know what their interests and how we can iterate this on the road. And to tackle this challenge, we really need this integrated approach that you offered us, and it is combining strategy with implementation, with design, together with optimization, and bring all these factors together. And that's because we want to lower the handoff between the different teams, and we want to raise the alignment with off-the-shelf features that are provided by the technology.
Indeed, that's what we're trying to do by bringing, for example, design much closer to technology. We can take into account for example, during analysis, during design, what are the capabilities of the Adobe technology, and align on these technologies so that we can reduce custom development and also maintenance costs down the road, of course. That's a big part of the solution or the approach, what we're taking here. Do you see any specific risks for the project we're heading on?
Well, I really think a big risk is because with every time if you are introducing a new platform, the challenge is really in the user adoption. Because how are we going to make sure that all these different business units will be aware that how they can really use at the best possible way this new platform? It's all about change management. I need to set up a tailored change management track for them, so they get acquainted with the tool, and that you get them on on a human factor on your way, that they know where you are going also on a long term. So this is also about a crystal clear definition of KPIs. That you can measure right, that you set the goals not only for headquarters, but also for the other regions where goals can differ, where they can be totally different.
So
we still have some minutes left.
To wrap up, maybe you can share some key takeaways if you want.
Definitely. Well, First of all, you have to have a clear vision that you can regularly communicate with your executive management